Have you ever wondered what life would be like in a different dimension? Let's embark on a journey to a bustling city, alive with the hum of activity, where skyscrapers kiss the sky and dreams take flight. In this city we find a family woven together with love and laughter, a close-knit unit of 6 elder sisters, guardians of wisdom, and 2 younger brothers, brimming with youthful exuberance. A home where joy is a constant companion, and every day is a celebration of togetherness. Let's delve into the ordinary yet extraordinary lives of the 2 brothers, the protagonists of our tale. The elder, a 21-year-old, is a beacon of responsibility, carrying the weight of adulthood on his shoulders, yet never losing his childlike curiosity. His younger sibling, a 17-year-old, is a dreamer, his eyes sparkling with boundless enthusiasm, his heart beating with uncontainable adventure. In this city, which thrives on innovation and progress, a new marvel has recently emerged, a state-of-the-art train, the talk of the town, promising an experience like no other. The brothers, with their adventurous spirits, are drawn to this technological wonder. They decide to embark on a journey, a simple ride to the elder brother's friend's home. In their minds, they've painted a picture of a day filled with laughter, camaraderie, and memories to cherish. Little do they know, their expectation of a regular train ride is about to be turned on its head. As they step onto the platform, their hearts pounding with anticipation, they are blissfully unaware of the extraordinary adventure that lies ahead. Their journey begins as a quest for fun, a break from the ordinary, a leap into the unknown. But as they board the train, their lives are about to take a detour from the familiar streets of their city to the uncharted territories of a different dimension. They expected a simple journey, but what awaited them was beyond their wildest imagination. As our story unfolds, hold on to your seats, for this is not just a train ride. It's a journey into the extraordinary, a trip through the looking glass, a dive into the depths of the unknown. Imagine stepping off a train and realizing you're in an entirely different world. This is exactly what our 2 brothers, who are 17 and 21 years old, experience. The moment they set foot off the train, they are hit by a wave of confusion and shock. The city sprawls before them, vibrant and bustling, yet strangely unfamiliar. The towering buildings, the winding streets, the people passing by, nothing resembles the city they know. As they wander through this alien landscape, they can't shake off the feeling of being lost. The city is a maze, an enigma they can't seem to unravel. The streets are filled with sights and sounds they can't recognize, and the air is heavy with an unexplainable tension. What's more, they soon realize that they are not alone in this predicament. As they delve deeper into the city, they come across familiar faces. Friends, acquaintances, even some family members, all looking just as baffled and frightened as they are. It's as if their entire world has been plucked out of its orbit and thrown into this unknown city. The brothers grapple with this reality, their minds racing to make sense of it all. They try to piece together the puzzle, each clue leading them further into the heart of the city. The train, the journey, the arrival, the familiar faces in an unfamiliar place, all of it points to a chilling possibility. And then it hits them. They are not in a different city. They are in a different dimension. A parallel world that mirrors their own, yet is distinctly different. A world where they are trapped, unable to return to their own. The realization is terrifying, the implications far-reaching. They understand that they are stuck in this dimension, held captive by an invisible power that prevents them from leaving. Their joyous adventure has turned into a desperate struggle for survival. Just when they thought they understood their predicament, they discovered a chilling truth. What if the city you're in isn't just unfamiliar but a different dimension of your world? Imagine, one moment you're stepping off a train, expecting to see the familiar landscape of your friend's neighborhood. But the buildings are different. The street names are not ones you recognize. Amidst all the confusion, there's a sudden realization. The city isn't just unfamiliar, it's a different dimension. This is the reality our 2 brothers faced. In this city, they saw familiar faces, people they knew, friends they'd lost touch with, but these weren't the friends they used to know. They were versions of them, stuck in this strange parallel dimension just like the brothers. A city of doppelgangers where everyone was a reflection of someone from their world. The brothers, driven by the instinct to return home, decided to head back to the train. The train that brought them here, they believed, was their ticket out. But, as if the city had a will of its own, they found their path blocked. An invisible force, as impenetrable as a wall, barred their way. They pushed against it, struggled, but it was like trying to move a mountain. The train stood there, a tantalizing symbol of their home dimension, yet out of reach. They tried different routes, different approaches, but every time the unseen barrier stood in their way. The city, it seemed, didn't want to let them go. The dread of being trapped in this dimension began to sink in, a cold fear that gripped their hearts. But they didn't give up. They couldn't. They had a family waiting for them, a world they belonged to. The brothers were trapped, but they were not defeated. Every story has its ups and downs, every hero faces challenges. Our brothers found themselves in a city of familiar faces, surrounded by an invisible barrier, trapped. But remember, every story has a climax. In a city of familiar faces and an invisible barrier, the brothers found themselves trapped, but every story has a climax. What if you had the chance to escape, but you could only save yourself? That is the quandary our two brothers find themselves in. They've stumbled upon an escape route, a way back to their original dimension, but the catch is, it's a two-seater ride, a one-way ticket for just the two of them. The city they've been exploring, this alternate dimension, is filled with familiar faces, friends, acquaintances, all trapped like them. They yearn for home, for a return to normalcy, yet they're imprisoned by an invisible force, an insurmountable barrier that holds them captive in this alien world. The brothers grapple with their discovery. The escape route is a beacon of hope, a lifeline, but it's also a source of torment. How can they leave their friends behind? How can they choose their freedom over the freedom of others? It's a moral dilemma, a test of their character. They debate, they argue, they agonize over their decision. The elder brother, the 21-year-old, feels the weight of responsibility. As the older sibling, he's always been the protector, the guardian. The idea of abandoning their friends is unthinkable, yet the lure of home is irresistible. The 17-year-old, on the other hand, is torn between his loyalty to his brother and his longing for their old life. He yearns for the familiar, the comfortable, the safe. He wants to go home, but not at the expense of their friends' freedom. The clock is ticking, the window of opportunity is closing, and the brothers must make a choice. They wrestle with their conscience, they grapple with their guilt, but in the end, they make the only decision they can. They choose survival. They choose to live, to fight another day, to search for another way to free their friends. The escape is bittersweet, a victory tinged with regret. But it's a necessary step, a painful decision that propels them forward on their journey. Because they know, deep down, that their fight is far from over. They've escaped one dimension, but they've entered another, a dimension of guilt, of responsibility, of determination. In the face of an impossible choice, the brothers chose survival. What happens when you escape a different dimension, leaving behind those you care about? The aftermath of our tale begins with the two brothers returning to their familiar world, yet it seems different, it feels different. The city's hustle and bustle, the laughter of their elder sisters at home, the smell of their favorite dishes. Everything is as it was, but the brothers are not the same. Their hearts beat with a newfound perspective, their eyes see with a depth untouched before. They are home, yet they carry the weight of the alternate dimension they left behind, the friends and familiar faces still trapped in that other world. They have escaped, but their victory is bittersweet, their joy tainted with the sorrow of those they left behind. The 17-year-old, the younger of the two, spends his days lost in thought, his spirit wandering between two worlds. He's back in his room, surrounded by his old toys and comic books. But his mind is elsewhere in the other dimension, thinking of their friends and the invisible power that kept them from leaving. Meanwhile, the 21-year-old, the elder brother, takes it upon himself to find a way back to the other dimension. He's back at his job, but every spare moment is spent researching, digging through ancient texts and obscure scientific theories. He's driven by a sense of responsibility, a burning need to rescue those they left behind. They have returned to their ordinary lives, but they are forever changed. They carry the memories of the other world, the knowledge of its existence, and the longing to return. They wonder, will they ever find a way back? Will they ever be able to rescue the others? The questions hang in the air unanswered. In a tale of dimension, dilemma, and daring, our heroes returned home, forever changed.